Hi guys, we're going to try and do our Fundations group. It's going to look a little different than it's looked before, but that's okay. And some of this stuff is stuff that we've already done, you've already learned, but that's the best way to practice. So we are going to be reviewing with our large sound cards. We are going to talk about what a digraph is. We're going to do some fluency practice, do our vowels, talk about our trick words, and then do some dictations on our whiteboards. And then our next lesson we'll do the same skills but a little bit differently. We'll be tapping out words and maybe reading some sentences so that we can get really good at all of this. So, before we start, our focus for a couple of weeks is going to be on digraphs. And you may remember that a digraph is two letters that make one sound and it gets one tap. So in a word like cat, C-A-T, C gets a tap, K, A gets a tap, A, T gets a tap, T, K, at, cat. Now, in this word, we have a TH, and that is one of our digraphs. T doesn't get a tap and H doesn't get a tap, because this would be at, hat, and that's not a word. Instead, TH is a digraph, so it's two letters that make one new sound, at, that. So that's what we're going to be practicing, using digraphs in our reading and in our writing. Before we get started on our large sound cards, I also have our vowel extension chart. And that's because, as you may remember, our vowels are our letters that we stretch out when we're reading, and our consonants, the other letters, are the ones that we say quickly. So why don't you warm up by doing these with me, and then we'll do our large sound cards. So we have A, apple, E, ed, I, itch, O, octopus, and U, up. Okay. Now, those same vowels are mixed in our large sound cards, but we're going to say them quickly this time. So we have U, up, You can either say them with me or after me. O, octopus, ah. I, itch, I. E, ed, eh. A, apple, ah. Those are our short vowel sounds. Now we have our digraphs. So again, we're going to say our letters, then our keyword, and then the sound that they make. So this would be C, H, chin, ch. C, K, sock, k. And this one you would find at the end of a word usually, sometimes in the middle. So in the word sock, it starts with an S and it ends with the CK. You'll never find this at the beginning of a word. S, H, ship, sh. W, H, whistle, w. T, H, thumb. So anytime you see one of those digraphs, that is going to be one tap. If I see a TH together, one tap. If I see a WH together, one tap. All right. Now when we do Fundations, we have our words that we can tap out, right? Like that word that, or the word M-A-S-H. I say SH is a digraph, and then I tap it. Mash. Okay, those are our tappable words. The other words that we have are our trick words, and these are the words that you can't tap out. You guys know lots of trick words already, and I would bet that you already know how to read these trick words. But we need to be able to read our trick words and spell our trick words. So for today, I picked out all of the ones that follow kind of the same rule. So W-E spells we. So if I know that W-E spells we, then B-E would be be. We, be, and M-E would be me. We, be, me. H-E would be he. Wonder if you guys can guess what's going to go next. We, be, me, he, and this last one starts with a digraph, S-H. So what's that digraph? S-H, ship, sh. We, be, me, he, she. And I know that for all of those words that end in the E sound, it's only two sounds, my beginning sound and my ending sound. W, E, B, E, M, E, K, E, Sh, E. So I should be able to read those and spell them, and we're going to keep practicing those. Now, if you need to pause the video for a second to get out some materials, that's okay, because I'm going to need you to get out your fluency packet that looks like this. It says sounds up at the top and has some letters and some digraphs going across. And then your whiteboard that looks like this. And you should have some skinny markers that I gave you in your bag like this. So if you need to pause to get those, go ahead. Okay. Now, our fluency packet we're going to try to do most days, and you can do this obviously during the lesson, but this is something that you can practice all the time, because the more quickly that you can read these sounds, not the letters, the sounds, the more quickly you're going to be able to sound out words. So I want everybody to put your finger on this M, and we're going to go across the row and just say the sounds. Okay, not the letter name, not the keyword. We're just going to say the sound. So watch me first. I'm only going to do the top row. Sh, ch. Okay, we're going to do this whole page together. So put your finger back under that M, and we're going to go across, and then we're going to go down to the next row. And go. Sh, ch. Ch, z, y, x, w, k, I, e. Okay? And if you had a little bit of a hard time with that, that's okay. You can rewind the video and do it again. You'll get better, I promise. Now, we're not doing this whole packet today. This is going to take us a very long time to get through. But I do want to just show you the next page. And these are some real words. And I want to just work on the top row together. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to break a rule. I'm going to use one of my whiteboard markers because it's here next to me. And I'm going to look at just this top row. And I'm just going to find the digraphs in this row, because I know they're only going to get one tap. So in the first word, I'm noticing a WH. I don't see one in the second word. I don't see one in the third word. The next word has a CH, and the last word has a TH. And then I'm going to start with the first word, and I'm going to say the sounds for the digraph for each letter and tap them out to figure out the word. So you can do it with me or after me. W, it, whip. Next word. P, it, pit. Next word. L-ug. Lug. Next word. Okay, there's a digraph there. Ch-it. Chip. And our last word is w-ith. With. Okay, so when you find those digraphs, you know they only get one tap. The last thing that we're going to do today is some dictations on our whiteboard. Okay, you should have one of these. Just going to pull down my sight words so I can use my tape for this. I'm cheating a little bit. But I want to make sure that you can see. Okay. So for next to the number 1. Now, I forgot to mention this before. In your bag, you also had some charts. Mine are crooked behind me. Okay. But they looked like this. So we had our digraph chart, our consonant chart. You had some other ones too in there. But you may want to use this to help you, and that's okay. If you have them hanging somewhere, great. If not, you can look at them to help you with this. So for number 1, I want you to write the letters that say ch, ch. Okay, so when I hear ch, I'm immediately thinking ch, ch, like ch, ch, chin. Ch, ch. What letters? And then you're going to write them next to number 1. I'm going to help you with that one. So we have, I know that ch is CH. C is a plain line letter, plain line to grass line. And my H is a skyline letter up to the top, down to the grass, and a little hump on the plain line. Now, as we get better at this, I won't be doing it along with you, but for today we're practicing, so we're doing it together. Number 2 is going to be another digraph, and I want you to write the digraph that says k, k. And it could be in the middle of the word or at the end of the word, but never at the beginning. What 2 letters say k, k, like at the end of sock? K, k. Find it? If you started writing CK, nice job. You can give yourself a pat on the back. Again, C is a plain line letter, and K is a skyline letter. Down to the grass line, fly into the plain line, and back out to the grass line. Our next sound that we're going to be writing is, okay, you get to stick out your tongue for that one, like in the word thumb. What 2 letters? TH. And I'm going to write that next to number 3. For 4 and 5, we're only going to do 5, because that's what I planned on. So next to number 4, we're going to do a word, and I'm going to help you tap it out. And number 5, I want to see how you do on your own. So for number 4, your word is the word mash. So let's stretch that out and say the sounds we hear. Mash. M, a, sh, mash. Okay? We say it, mash, tap it, m, a, sh, write it. M is M. A, I can think about my vowels like apple is A. And mash, it's a digraph, 2 letters that say sh, S, H. Now, the last word that I want you to write for me is the word this. This. So I want you to say it, this, tap it, and write it next to number 5. This. When you are all done with this, you are going to click on the picture of the camera, take a picture of your whiteboard for me and hit the check mark to submit it, and then I'll know that you've done our lesson. and I'm really excited to see your work. Nice job.